here, we're going to come onto all fours. So we're going to move into some hamstring work, and particularly back of the ankle soleus area. So we're going to take right foot forward. And you can, this back knee doesn't have to be really far back. You can actually bring it in a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this front knee and we're going to track it forward. So I'm going to move this arm so you can see. So we're going to just track this knee forward and come up. We're seeing the degree of movement that your calf and soleus has. So as the knee comes forward, can you still keep the heel down? Or is this so tight that when the knee comes forward, the heel has to lift up? So your challenge is going to be keep the heel down as the knee moves forward to get a stretch through the back of this leg. Let's switch it to the other side. So this is just kind of a gauge of your range of motion that you have here, the flexibility that backside of your leg has. Okay, let's go back to that first side. So now we're going to turn our attention to the back foot. So here's what you're going to do is you're going to lift that heel up and you're going to press the heel, lift the knee up. You're going to press the heel back and then bring it forward. Press the heel back, forward. So your hips will move a little bit. And you're thinking about a weight on this heel, trying to press this heel towards the floor. It's not necessarily we're going to get there, but hopefully you feel that stretch get in the soleus calf area here. Right, and then let's just hold that, press that heel back. Drop to your knee. So you can switch it to the other side. Your knee lifts, add that rock. And now this next time, let's just hold that. Okay, we're going to do some movement here, just kind of switch positions, get off our wrists for a moment. So have a seat, take your legs out in front of you. And let's first start with pointing the toes. And as you do that, see if you can bring the inside of the ankles, the toes, big toes together. Okay, now let's pull them back. And you can be upright or you can be forward a little bit. It's up to you what do you want to do. Try not to round though. So if you come forward, you're going to take your pelvis and tilt it towards the front. Okay, let's point the toes again. You can see if you can bring the ankles together. Wiggle the toes in this, because sometimes people get cramps because the toes get really rigid. So see if you can wiggle the toes. Okay, now pull back. You can wiggle the toes a little bit if you need to. Okay, now bend the knee and pull back. And you can even take, if your hands reach, you can even take the ball of that foot and pull this back towards you. So you might feel this in now to the front of the shin a little bit. And then what if you rotate it? Okay, let's switch to the other leg. Do that rotation. Okay, just move the feet, ankles, kind of make circles one way, the other way. We're going to now move into downward facing dog. So hands are wide, pinky fingers are almost to the kind of to the outside edge of your mat. As you come up, bend the knees quite a bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift to the balls of the feet, and then again, we're going to sink the heels. Next breath, let the heels sink down. Again, think about a weight on your heels, pulling them down. Maybe straightening the legs a little bit more with each breath. And then we'll come down onto our knees. Okay, we're going to do one more in that version of downward facing dog. So what you're going to do is come up. You're going to step one foot in so that you can get that heel on the ground here. Actually, no, don't do that. I gotta teach it to you a different way. You'll keep the foot back. See if you can cross the other foot behind in the space between your second toe and your big toe. Can you hook that on your Achilles tendon? And if you can't, you can just cross, okay? So see if you can kind of cross right behind the heel. What you're gonna do then is you're gonna lift up, so it's a one-legged lift, and now sink that heel all the way down, press the hips up. Again, and if you have any more availability in the back of the leg, see if you can straighten that leg a little bit more. Okay, come down off the wrists again. You can flip them so palms face up. You can add any movement right to left or forward or back. Okay, palms flip down. We got that other side with that one-legged down dog. So again, hook the heel or cross behind. And then again, we'll kind of lift up on the ball of the foot and then drop and sink the heel, hips lift. Next breath, as you release, we're gonna come back to what we first started with. So right foot forward. And again, we're gonna let that knee come way over. And we're gonna see if maybe we have a little bit more mobility for that knee to track over and the heel to stay down. You can walk that back knee in a little bit if you need to. Okay, let's switch it to the other side. Good, and then from here, let's just come on to all fours, tuck the toes under, separate your knees and feet. So feet are going to be apart, so toes tucked under. Now let the hips come back towards the heels. Walk the hands out in front of you, maybe lowering the forehead towards the floor.